My name is Devdeep Purohit. I work with the Telegraph.
Yeah, great.
My question is, President Barack Obama,
Yes.
in his interview to
Yeah.
CNN, he spoke about the possibility of India falling apart if minority rights are not protected. And in your initial remarks, you spoke about the US, for US, East and Northeast is very important. You may be aware that a part of our country, Manipur, is burning over the last 2 months. So many people have died, and there are attacks on Christian minorities. As U.S. government, is it a concern for the U.S. establishment? And the other thing is, U.S. always champions itself as the protector of minority rights. So, what are your comments on that?
Sure.
And something that's linked to it, my colleague had also tried to broach this issue, that when you talk about India these days, the concerns are not only about minority rights, their concerns are also about the kind of democracy that we have. You hear terms like, but illiberal Democrats, these are all being quoted in the US media itself. So, are these matters of concern?
Of course, and thank you for the question. Let me speak about Manipur first, which is that we pray for peace there. When you ask, does it concern the United States, I don't think it's about strategic concerns. I think it's about human concerns. I think all of us, you don't have to be Indian to care when children or individuals die in the sort of violence that we see. And we know that peace is the precedent for so many other good things. There's been so much progress in the Northeast and in the East here. The country has done some remarkable things in recent years, and those can't continue without peace. So we stand ready, willing, able to assist in any way if asked, but we know this is an Indian matter, and we pray for that peace, that it may come quickly, because we can bring more collaboration, more projects, more investment, if that peace is in place. The second piece that you mentioned is, democracies are difficult, right? All of us, we come from a place of a lot of humility in the United States. Protecting minority rights is not easy to do in the United States. Democracies are both about majority rule and all voices being protected. And so those are our values. We talk about them, or we talk about them in an unabashed way, and we believe them deeply in our core. They're reflected in the documents of our country as they're reflected in the documents of yours as well. And, democracy is not something, as our Vice President talked about at the state luncheon, that is just about establishing democracy. It's about maintaining a democracy always. And so that's something we struggle to do in the United States, and I know that there's people who have, since the founding of the independent state of India, Republic of India, do the same. And we won't avoid those conversations in private contexts, but we'll also not wag our finger. I think there's an unconscious paternalism that for too long has defined relations with India. India is for Indians to determine its pathway. We're here as friends. We're here to have conversations that are important. We're here to engage on the promotion of everyone's rights, whether it's making sure that there's not the trafficking of persons, the empowerment of women, that LGBTQI populations are respected. We raise our pride flag proudly from the embassy and from here in the consulate, because these are just things that we believe make the world a better place. And so we think that we gain a lot when democracies are able to engage. And again, I would come back to kind of conclude the word that I said before, building a sense of belonging for everyone. That is the guiding principle for me as ambassador. I believe increasingly for us as a country.
NB News, সহজ সৰল ভাষাত নৱভাৰতৰ কথা।